Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia Michelle. I am a 27-year-old teacher and I run a financial Instagram page where I documented my 2.5-year debt-free journey. I paid off $67,000 in 2.5 years using this very system that I'm going to be showing you all today. But before I even start using the system, before I even start using this wallet and these envelopes, I first budget everything out in a budgeting app. The budgeting app I use is EveryDollar budgeting app, which is Dave Ramsey's budgeting app. No, this video is not sponsored. I don't even nearly have enough subscribers to have sponsored content. So if that tells you anything, I promise y'all, I actually really do love this app. It is 100% for free. Of course, you can get the more advanced version, but I promise you don't need the advanced version. And it's probably even a hindrance in some small way. But yes, I'm gonna show you exactly how I budgeted everything out. So before I even get to pull the cash out of my bank account, before I even stuff the cash inside these envelopes, and before I even write it down on paper, which I typically only do for the sake of these videos, I budget everything on this app first. So let me get right into it because I hate long intros, so I won't even do it to you all. So I'll jump right into the video. First, we have the EveryDollar budgeting app. And once you first log in, see this says January of 2023, just because I wanted to give y'all a mock budget. If this were my actual budget, of course, there would be something in here for every single week. And of course, I drive for Instacart. I work for Instacart and I drive for Lyft. So I have weekly income every single week. And I'm a teacher full time, so that's typically in here too. But for the sake of this video, I just wanted to simply explain the process and how exactly I do all of this, so I can perhaps help you all out too. So in the future, of course, I'll be showing you my budget if y'all want to see that, but I'll be showing you my actual monthly budget and how I break it down per week. So let's jump right into it. So this week I made $565. I didn't work much this week. I had a lot to do with grad school or whatever. So $565, and this is actually from an apartment deposit. There's even some extra cash in here, cash back from my credit card, etc. So yes, $565. So once you put it in, see, I'm just gonna show y'all. Backspace it, and right now it just says 0. So week 1, I have 565. That's gonna do it with it if I do it that way. So let me start from the back. 565. So now it's time to budget it out. Of that 565, see it says $565 left to budget. It's gonna subtract, so you don't even have to do the calculations yourself. It's going to do it for you. So you're gonna scroll down and it has the categories. You can add a category, you can choose favorites. The favorite categories I did were, which is gas and groceries basically. So tithe and offering, my giving, tithe and offering, I always give 10%. So this week, that's gonna be $56. And then for emergency fund, how much I put in my emergency fund is fully funded, so I would skip that. I could just delete that category from here if I wanted to, just by sliding over. Well, apparently you can't delete that category. I know you can delete these. Yeah, just like doing that. That's funny, I never knew you couldn't delete that one. But my emergency fund is fully funded, so I'm not even going to budget there. But for investments, I'm gonna budget $100. And then when I scroll down, I have rent, electricity, phone. I live with my parents. I pay rent, but I'm not paying that this week, so I'm gonna skip it. But if this was my monthly budget, of course you would fill all of that in. It just makes sense, right? So for a mobile phone, I don't pay that this week either, so I'm gonna skip it. Cable, I don't pay that, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm just trying to give you the gist of what's going on. But we're gonna scroll back up here to oil and gas because I do budget for that every single week. So $60 I budget every week. And then for groceries, I budget $40 every week. So see how it's telling me now I have $309 left. So it's subtracting for me. is doing exactly what I needed to do by subtracting for me. So once I get down here to the lifestyle categories, that's where I added all my madness. That's why you see school tuition, clothing, subscriptions, gym, etc. And to add an item, you just add an item, type it in, and then we're just gonna add a random item, front, whatever that means. And then you just start adding it up. So now I'm gonna stop budgeting for my envelopes, which technically I did already because I have food and gas. I didn't do anything for clothing. For school tuition, I'm just gonna simply put, let's do $50 in there. Subscriptions, I don't pay that this week. Gym, I don't pay that this week. We have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna go ahead on and do $30. My MacBook, which I am definitely budgeting for this month, I'm gonna do, that's probably not quite 100, let's do 80. My new phone, I'm gonna budget for that this week. Let's do 50, why not 50? And now I have $99 left, so I better be careful. I'm budgeting for my passport, so I'm gonna do 30 here. And Black Friday, am I budgeting for Black Friday? Vacation of Black Friday. I know I need to budget for my students, so let me do 15, no, let's do $40 for my students. I spend a lot of money on my students. That's one of the perks of being debt-free though. I get to, do what I want in my classroom. Beauty, I'm gonna get my hair braided, and a braiding hair is probably gonna be about $15. So let me budget that in. So now I have $14 left. See, it's subtracting for me, telling me exactly how much I have left. So what am I gonna do with my $14? Let me not spend it all in one place, right? So maybe I'll just save that for Black Friday. That just makes sense. So yeah, and then it pops up and said it's an EveryDollar budget, meaning you budgeted every single dollar. So after that process, I move right on to my cash stuffing. So let's go right down the list for oil and gas, which is just gas because I don't budget for oil. That's in car replacement, and that's funded, as you know from my other videos. So I'm going to do $60 for oil and gas, and typically I just do 320s because I put $20 in my car every time I fill up. So 20, 40, 60. Put that in my envelope. My gas envelope right here. And then for food, I have 40. Let's do this. 120 and 210. How about that? $20, $30, $40. Okay, and next up I have tithe and offering, which is giving. So I did 56, one $50 bill, and 6 ones. I think that's 6 ones. So we have 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not quite, 6. $56 in giving. Find my giving tab, which is all the way at the back. And then we have investments. I did $100 for investments. I'm trying to max out my Roth IRA. Wish me luck, y'all. I don't know why I thought it would be so much easier, but I didn't work much of my side job this summer. And I'm getting to the financial courses heavily in my major, and it's kinda tough. Not gonna lie, kinda tough. Okay, so next up I skipped all of those, did those two already. Next up I have tuition. I budgeted $50 for tuition, which is also kicking my butt while we're at it. I actually have tuition in my other wallet, so I'm gonna skip it for now. So miscellaneous, I have $30 for miscellaneous. And I didn't have any money left in any category this week, so that wasn't an issue. So next up I have $80 for my new MacBook, which I'm sure I'm done with it. No, I have students in this wallet, so I really need to put these in order so that it makes sense. For students, I budgeted $40, simply because I know exactly what I have to get for my classroom this week. In beauty, I budgeted $15, which I don't know how I'm about to do because I actually just took the cash in here and put it elsewhere. So I'll go back to my food budget and take the tens out of there so that I can make room for this. Not a pretty process, y'all. Not a pretty process at all. So yeah, let's do that. Let's take the tens out of there and put 120 in. So I actually have tens for my beauty category. So beauty is 10, so 10, 15. So yeah, we're done with that envelope. This wallet. And this is my wallet. Typically the stuff that goes in here has to go directly back into my bank, or I spend it daily. So that's the difference between these two wallets. I try not to have too many because it can get overwhelming. Okay, so next up, what did I skip earlier? I skipped school tuition. So find my school tuition tab. There it is. And put $50 in here. This thing is not easy to open, so if y'all gonna get this one, make sure y'all get the ones that's bigger than the actual bill, because it's not easy to open. So, and then I have miscellaneous. I already budgeted for that. So I have $80 for my MacBook. 50. Let's see. I have 50, 70, 80 for my MacBook. I didn't even budget it for my new car. It seems so far away. That's probably more vital than anything else, but whatever. Okay, and next up I have my new phone. So $50 for my new phone. I think y'all, I keep saying this and I don't really know if I'm going to do it, but I think I'm gonna just combine the money I have in the phone, new car. Like, I really sit up here and try and trust the process, but I'm also one person who's like, I'm laser focused on one goal. So I may just, take all the money out of one category just to put it in the other category and just kind of beef it up. But we'll see. Maybe I'll talk about that more in other videos. So for passport, I have $30, which is gonna be difficult to do, being that I only have 2 20s left. Let's take some 10s out of one of these other categories. I really should have budgeted this better, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna put $20 in there because I don't feel like figuring it out right now. So that was passport. Let's see what's in there right now. Nothing's in there right now. So yes, I'm just gonna put $20 in for passport. So let me alter that on my budget. So now it's telling me I have $10 left to budget. So that means basically I gotta find somewhere to put that $10. And I'm gonna put that $10 in my MacBook budget. So I'm gonna go back to my MacBook budget. And initially, there's a lot of other money in here. I put $80 in here initially. So, gonna take that out, make room for that 20. So 50, 70, 90. Okay, yep, that makes a little more sense. And I only did that because I didn't have the cash to show that. But typically I wouldn't even do that. Typically I'll have the cash left over. And last but not least, Black Friday, which I typically don't shop for Black Friday, but I'm finally debt free, so I'm like, let's wild out. But I know it gets so crazy out there that I'm probably gonna be, you know, first and last year. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Finally finish. I didn't even count the money that was left in there, y'all. I guess we're not doing it now because I would have to go back and refilm this whole video from the sections that did have money in it. Alright, so that's all for this video. If you want to download the EveryDollar app, feel free to download it. I don't even have a code because, again, this is not sponsored, but it's completely free. The only difference between the free option and the paid option is, like, if you have the paid option, like, once you swipe your card, which typically don't happen if you're using your cash envelopes, but once you swipe your card, the transaction will show up under your transactions, and mines are not showing up. I'll show you my actual budget because it makes a little more sense when you see my actual budget. So what month are we in? September of 2022. That's not right. We are in September of 2021. So yes, this is my actual budget, and of course all this is pretty much a guess. See, right now I have 465. I haven't even updated it for the extra 100 that I got back from a deposit. So yeah, and just go in here and do your transaction. That's what I wanted to show you. So your transactions show up from your bank. I have the paid option for another few months simply because I got it free because I went to the Dave Ramsey studio and I did an interview for them, so they gave me the app free for a year. But that's the only reason I have the paid option. But yeah, your transactions pop up. Like, I'm gonna send this transaction back to show y'all exactly what happens. So I'm going to, sure, let's duplicate. I don't know why they're asking me to duplicate. I wish I can show y'all, like, I'm trying to show y'all how does it. Maybe I just add one. So we're gonna add $5, a random transaction from Walmart. So yeah, we're gonna save that. Okay, now it should pop up on here. So this is the paid option. So it just pop up with however many transactions you have, and then you click on it, $5 from Walmart, and you just like drag it to wherever you wanna go. Let's say I spent that on groceries. So it would go into my groceries tab and it tell me I'm updated, etc. But of course, let me delete that because I'm not gonna remember to delete it after this video. So let me delete that right now. So yes, that's the only difference between a paid option. Like, it's really not necessary, especially if you use actual cash. But the free option, if you actually had a card or cash or whatever, you would just go in and add the transaction just as is. So I would go into oil and gas, add, let's say I spent $20 on gas, which I typically do because I keep the $20 bills in here. The merchant, I'll just say where I got my gas from, Quick Trip. Shout out to Quick Trip. And then yeah, I can just do that. If I wanted to add a split, I went to Quick Trip and spent $5 on snacks too. I'll hit grocery tab, close it, go down and say I spent $5 on snacks. Okay, they're telling me I have $15 left. So yep, I just come up here and spend the other 15. So yeah, that's probably the simplest way I know to budget. Like, it's super simple. It does the work for you, so it's absolutely amazing. But yes, that's the simplest process that I can do. Hopefully it helps you. If it helps you out, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.